Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Sopo here. It's been a long time that I took camera in hand and vlogged. Life has been hectic and difficult and I feel so drained even today, but I really wanted to take camera in hand and do something for myself that gives me pleasure, and editing and filming gives me pleasure even though I don't earn anything. So if you're first time here, I do vlogs, I do like sit down videos about life, about makeup products, about clothing, about motherhood, about cats, anything really. So if you're watching this video and you come regularly here, or your first time and you like the content, or you appreciate the effort and the time that goes into creating such videos and you're up for it, I would be really glad if you subscribe, give thumbs up, because that tells the algorithm that it should support videos like that. Anyhow, I did not want to start with such like advertising self-promoting text in the beginning, but yeah, as told, I'm super tired. I just got myself a little bit ready, and when I say a little bit, I'm always wearing this t-shirt at home even with breastfeeding. Baby's napping up, daddy's taking over the duty today, it's Saturday, and I was thinking to go to the hair salon. Now I need hair coloration desperately because I'm having so much gray hair, but because I'm also having postpartum hair fall. And you guys, it is so bad. I almost feel like I'm losing all the hair. I think the camera doesn't even tell the justice. I take hairs just like that. It's, I know, TMI probably, but it breaks my heart. It always scares me, even with each time like combing, it's dreadful. I think it's the constant stress, and it's not only like the birth stress. First month is complicated for everyone, but in my case, it's really complicated and got even worse after the third month. Anyhow, I'm going to be talking about that in this vlog more because I think that's what most of my friends voted when I asked on my Instagram what you would want me to film the video about. I think everyone voted for the sit down video and the life update after third month, but I still wanted to include a little bit of vlog part. And because I'm thinking to go to the hair salon and at least cut my hair if I get a place, because I don't have an appointment, I don't have time and I don't have nerves, you guys, to sort of take care of myself and like make appointments for myself. Recently I was also having like knee pain, and I don't know, I was feeling all the time tired to take blood tests. I was like so tired that I did not have nerves for following up on my issues. I think I'm gonna leave the gray hair for the moment because at the end of the month we have to also travel to Falco's parents. His grandpa is getting 95 years old and he's celebrating that, so we have to go there. And probably I'm gonna sort this situation there. I anyway wanted to take a little walk. This COS t-shirt, super old, baggy, fox leather trousers, which got even bigger than it was on me because I lost so much weight. Super old Pull and Bear cardigan, which was like 20 euro, I think, back in the days when I bought it. I just love the length of it. It gives like lengthy silhouette. And then I'm wearing my New Balance 550. They look still brand new, like white. And Misoma London earrings and the stack of necklaces. I don't even know if I showed you this too. They are new. Let me quickly turn around. Yeah, that's how it looks. That's the Ole Lingard elephant necklace, which I got gifted from Falco for the birth of Leia and for our 8th anniversary. It's so beautiful. It's handmade, gorgeous creation. But as you can see, the necklace, the chain, is not the perfect match. Chain is like pink gold, whereas the elephant itself is made out of yellow gold. So yeah, I need to get something matching. I was thinking about getting a new chain when I'm in Georgia. I like it on the longer chain than the shorter one. That's what Falco got for me, and then I switched it off. And this little pendant I got gifted by my girlfriends in Georgia, I think back when I moved to Germany or when I married. I'm not exactly sure what was the occasion, but that's when I got it. It has this pavé diamonds, looks really nice. Yeah, so that's the stack. Back here I just got a haircut. The damaged bits are removed and it's a lot shorter, but we decided against coloring it. I talked to the girl who is doing the color, and when she saw this situation, like of the hair fall, how much hair I'm lacking, she was pretty scared to dare and color it today. Not that everything would come off. I wish this was the only thing, bad thing that comes with parenthood. But even this alone is such a big problem in my opinion for new parents. It definitely pushes my self-confidence even lower, especially that I have so much gray. Let's see what we're gonna do at the end of the month when it comes to that, because one thing is obvious, it's gonna take more than 1 month to sort my hair falling issue. So yeah, and I can't stay forever like looking gray. Just standing here in front of a random house before I head home to have some like peace and quiet in my head. To my Quitchy mouse. I don't even know where to get started, you guys. It's so difficult and I had no idea. It's another day, you guys. I did not manage to film yesterday anymore because when I returned, Leia was already on such a complaining mood because she just slept 30 minutes long throughout the day, and obviously it's not enough for her to calm her down, and then her wake times become really difficult. Anyhow, she needed tending. Falco was there, it was weekend, but somehow I was on such a bad mood. Obviously it transfers to her as well, it transfers to Falco as well. And then later in the evening, I've spent the entire evening researching about the sleep training because I'm contemplating about it. I know there is like, world is divided into two parts: people who hate sleep training and people who like swear on it as the one method for like peaceful cohabitance, co-living, parenting for the future. I'm not gonna go into depth of it. There are like cry out methods, and as well as like more like tapping and shushing, and there are people who believe that it's absolutely necessary in the first year, so that you give all the attention that the kid demands. I honestly don't want to talk about it at the moment where I stand with my mind, but I know that I'm not in the good place, and if I'm not in the good place, I can't be the best parent for her. And it's more like, I don't know, like a vicious circle. She's not a calm, chilled kid anyway, and then the sleepless moods add up. It becomes very, very difficult for me to tend to her, to care for her. So it's a pretty challenging period for me, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Honest word, I think the last video I filmed about this topic and was about the breastfeeding journey. It was at the 3-month mark. It's like with everything else in parenthood, you think you've discovered the truth, and then the truth keeps on unraveling itself in different forms when you have a baby. So yeah, after 3rd month it has been even more difficult than it was ever before. Her breast refusal, I mean, this is a topic I could talk about like days, because it's something that is completely overwhelming and absorbing me. There are a few statements that I want to clearly put out there. I know that there are options, but I don't want those options. I want to breastfeed because I have milk, and when she drinks, it's so, so precious. She is happy, she is content. I believe in the value of the mother milk into her nutrition, and for me it doesn't come to a question to switch to formula. Obviously the one option that I'm still contemplating about, if it doesn't get sorted out, is exclusive pumping, but because it's so much of a work, needs so much of a discipline, and I'm already a mess like all over the place. And I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos or following me on Instagram, following me generally throughout a few years, you would know that I'm a very, very structured person. I like planning everything out, writing everything out, and I always follow the plan. And there's so many plans, like sleep plans, sleep logs, feeding logs, calculating when she woke up, how many minutes do you need, like backtracking, that I just don't have like capacity anymore in my brain to add up right now, like full pumping procedure, especially that I don't have any help. We also tested a nanny for the days when Falco was not here, because we have also 2 pets who also need tending in the evening, especially. They start meowing in the same period of the time of the day because they want to be played. We also have an issue with them, which is partly my fault, that they don't eat on their own. I need to hand feed them, and this all is not possible with a cranky baby, especially at the end of the day. So we got a nanny, is like a help person who would come here for holding her. Guess what? It didn't work because she always wants to be held looking forward and always in the arm, especially in the evenings. I think she also had struggled to entertain her the way we entertain her. You know, like baby only knows what you have taught her. I dance with her, I turn on the music with Alexa, I try to lay her down in between each time if it works, even for 5-10 minutes, because my arm is not like cooperating anymore. Like I can't feel my arm, I can't even lift it up completely because I'm constantly holding her, even though she's 6 kilograms. You guys, holding 6 kilograms whole day is like, I don't know, very, very difficult. And then it's not also helping her developmentally. Today is 5th month mark from her due date, not from the time that she was born, but like apparently the developmental skills and the milestones are counted from the due date, not from the actual birth date. She's not making any attempts to turn around. That's something as well that is like worrying me so much. I know there's so many kids who do that later on, and other moms tell me to calm down and chill about it, and it's gonna eventually happen. But it's been something that has been worrying me because she's not making any moves. Battery died. What I was saying is that I try to turn her on the sides, to assist her with the toy, to sit on the head area, everything that the internet and the YouTube world tells us to do to help them make those attempts of turning. But she's always in this airplane mode, like very stiff. Even when I try to hold her, it's the same thing that she does when she wants to avert like boob. I think that this is not only an issue of like her turning whilst she's on the ground, but it would also help me while trying to breastfeed her on the bed, because even same thing there, when I try to, for example, lean her towards me, she always tries to roll back on her back, and that way it's even more difficult to feed her. She's not feeding while laying on me, she's not feeding while lying on my lap, and overall we are at the moment and the stage where I'm feeding her only like fully drowsy or almost asleep. I put her into bed, she starts almost napping, and I take her out. Just insanity when you think about it. It's like disrupting her peaceful sleep, and could be a reason why her day naps are also so short, like 30 to 45 minutes, because I'm taking her actively out, putting on the boob and then putting it back. And that's one rule that doesn't work with sleep training at all. So yeah, I'm retelling all this in such a mess, you know. There is no structure to it because that's the chaos and the mess that is happening in my head. So on the one hand I want sleep training, but the current feeding methods that I'm using to keep her growing, which is torture by the way for me, and constant mental load, destructive almost, so that I have like 20 meltdowns per day, is anyway not compatible with that sleep training concept, because the gentlest of the gentle sleep training concepts work with putting the baby awake in the bed, making the lights off, shushing them down, petting them, trying to be in the same room, and then slowly phasing yourself out. But this eating procedure has to be separated from sleeping, and you have to do it in wide awake environment whilst the baby is like awake. On the other hand, doing sleep training is so difficult once they get older, because they get smarter, and you notice that. And also Falco has also so much more work trips nowadays. He's sometimes nights away, which is extra tension and stress for me, because the nights also, it's not often thankfully, but the nights where we are both very lot awake, like me shushing her down every 10-15 minutes, there are nights where she sleeps like through almost, waking up twice where I feed her. I think that both of us are not in a very good place at the moment, and I know that I have to change something, but I don't know exactly what. I think I need emotional support, I need a psychologist with regard. I mean, I also need a help sorting out her sleep and eating, because this is like around our work. I know that breastfeeding is like a extremely exhausting process, and it's anyway such a time-consuming thing. If anyone would look with how I would have probably pitied me so much, would have considered it insane how homebound it has made me as well. I cannot go anywhere because I need darkness, I need the same environment, I need the same procedure to manage to feed her. But that's where we are at the moment. So you guys, I just switched the top because It's 20 degree inside, and that's the season right now. Outside is very cold and inside it gets very warm when you wear a jumper, so I went back to more like t-shirt mode. This one, by the way, poppy yellow one, is by COS, and I got this one when we were going to Spain, I remember, when I was pregnant. So yeah, still going strong. Anyhow, breastfeeding was a success, and I made baby asleep in the hammock, and whilst she naps, I wanted to add a few things to what I've said before. I want sleep training for a few reasons. One, because our house is like 3 floors. Her room is downstairs. Obviously she's sleeping at us in the snow bassinet. I mean, she can still fit into it 1-2 months more to come, but eventually she'll grow out of it. It's recommended as well to be used for first 6 months of the year. So I will eventually have to switch a bed. Even if we would move downstairs to the guest bedroom, her room is across the hall. She still has night feedings for a few months to come. Now I could buy a transitional bed for here if I would decide to keep her in this room for 1 year. But in my surrounding, a lot of people have complained about like difficulty of moving kids out after first year. I know it's a conscious decision. Some parents choose to co-sleep, but she's 5 months old now, and I have not slept a single night with her in bed because I pass out whilst I sleep. I'm so exhausted mentally and physically throughout the day that I cannot guarantee to keep her sane and awake and alive in my bed. And honestly, 2 stations further here, a mother was breastfeeding her 4-month-old kid in the bed, and then somehow, I don't know, the kid landed under the pillow and choked. Disaster. I mean, I don't even know why I'm repeating that because it just blows up my mind. The mother already had 2 suicide attempts. She has another kid. Obviously disaster. But when you hear such stories, especially, I'm really scared. I don't tend to lecture anyone on such things. If it works for you, great, but I know that this is not an option for me. So I would have to get another transitional bed for this room before moving her downstairs to her bedroom, which I think is an extra struggle because you have to get the kid used to a new bed, new mattress, and I'm thinking like, whilst I do this effort, her sleep will be disrupted anyway. So why not getting her to her crib? So if I get her to her crib, I cannot stay upstairs. I could move to the guest bedroom, but still there is a hall across, means that I would have to stand up per night a few times to check up on her every time she wakes up, when she needs petting, shushing, giving the pacifier, which I don't want to do on a long term. Honestly, I need to be sane and need to be well slept to care for her. And I know I'm gonna get tons of bashing probably from some people thinking like, what did you think parenthood would be? Yes, maybe I thought it would be a little bit easier. Maybe I did not consider the gravity of the topic, but I can tell you where I am at and how I'm feeling. And I am definitely on the edge. I need things to change and I need things to improve for it to function, for me to make this thing enjoyable to some degree. Because right now I find it so sad that when others talk about like their babies and they say, oh, when they smile the entire day sorrow goes away. I don't even know why I'm saying this out loud and putting it out on the internet. Probably if my mom would understand English, she would be really mad for me saying that, but I really don't have that. I don't have it at all. Most of the day I'm tensed, and that transfers to her, as told earlier. So we need to find a balance for her and for me to make this thing somehow rolling. Now for the other days when Falco's going to be living in the coming months, we plan to test another supporting gal, like nanny type of thing. Hope that one works. Keep fingers crossed for me. Basically I need someone to come and hold her and entertain her for the period when I'm, for example, playing with cats, sorting things out, or just simply like releasing the pressure of my shoulder. What can I say? That's the situation right now. Did I show this one here? My very good friend from Georgia sent me this as a gift, and some spoons for Leia. Obviously she's gonna be starting solids after she ends up 6th month, but I really love this, especially that I'm having this much like built-in pressure. I find it very helpful to be able to put down a few sentences for each day, and it's also like one liner a day, and that's exactly perfect when you're a mom, because you don't have time for journaling and like writing full-on texts, and it's for 5 years. How nice is that concept? So you can put like each year, and then you have a date. You can fill it up for the years to come. And yeah, put down your thoughts and feelings. Love it. And how pretty is that? This is the home outfit of day. My super old ripped jeans that I love so much. It's just so comfortable and sits on the right places. The top, as I told you, the cost it's so wrinkled, but I don't have time right now to steam it. And I'm trying to keep my hair open as much as possible, because there was one tip that the hairdresser gave, to not always make it in the mum bun, which I did not do anyway, but I always had like a tie in the back so that Leia would not like try to hang on it, which she is starting, by the way. She's like trying to grab everything and yeah, entertains with that, at least something. So now I'm gonna go down and maybe assist Falco a little bit, who is cooking a very delicious German dinner, schnitzel with some potatoes. Enjoy and try to be relaxed and enjoy the rest of the Sunday as much as I can.